welcome to It's Only Homeschooling.
At Kitchen Science Kids.
Today we're going to learn about liquids and gases and how they interact by using an experiment from our book here, the Exploring Creation with Chemistry and Physics from
Apologia.
So today we need, in order to do this experiment, we need a couple of items. First we need some vinegar if you want to have a little bit more of an energetic experiment, which we'd like to see. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some good old vegetable oil, a measuring cup, a funnel, some Alka-Seltzer or similar thing to it,
To get the
some
thing right.
safety goggles, because it could get a little bit energetic for us, some colors so we can just make it really cool and interesting,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do 3 of them, so we have 3 bottles. So what we're going to do first is we pre-measured our bottles, so you might want to measure your bottle first, but we figured out that this bottle holds exactly 2 cups.
Which
And
is the school size of this thing.
Yeah, we have this measuring cup. So the first part of the experiment is putting 1/2 of equal parts vinegar, oil, and then 1 part vinegar. So we're just gonna do 1 cup now, and we're gonna, all right, first part, we're just gonna open up the vegetable oil, and we're gonna do 1 cup. So we wanna try to
Okay,
get
so
1
that's
cup in there.
that's the halfway point of this, right?
Yeah, so you can see it. Here, we'll start where you can see. So, oops, sorry.
Wrong.
Where I can see, there it is. You want to get to that line right there.
Yeah, where the number 1
Yeah,
is.
so if you want to just slowly pour that.
Vegetable oil. Getting closer really fast.
Alright,
Oh,
there you go.
there.
Yeah, perfect.
We got 1 cup of vegetable
Alright.
oil.
And then we're going to take it and we're going to put it in one of these bottles.
Okay.
Open
So
up the
this is bottle number 1.
Yeah, alright.
Bottle
So
number
how we're
1.
going to do this is we're going to put a funnel in to make it easier to pour it in there.
So I want to make model number 1 red.
And, alright, we had to do a little pausing and editing because we just realized this was way taller than Jay here, so, you had to get some
we
screen
had to
space.
get my stairs kind of stand, so.
Alright, so here you go. I want you to pour it in there and I'll help by holding this still, okay? So just pour it in there.
Just pour it into the.
Right, there you go.
That was super easy.
That was easy. Alright, so now we're going to just repeat that 3 times and we'll come back in a second. Alright, so now we're done with the oil. We're going to move on to the vinegar. We have our oil bottles already done over there, so we're done with the vegetable oil. We'll set that aside. And now we're going to do vinegar. So this is just regular old white vinegar. But because this is such a big bottle, I'm going to go ahead and help with the pouring here because it's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, I
But,
might need help lifting it.
Yeah, so I'll actually do the pouring for this one just because it's a little heavy. Really big bottle. So we'll just do 1 cup again because our bottle is a 2-cup bottle, so we're half and half. So there we go. We have.
It's bubbly.
It is a little bit bubbly, right? So what do you think's going to happen when we pour this in there? Do you think anything's going to happen?
I don't know. It usually happens with baking soda, so I don't know
Alright.
about vegetable oil.
Yeah, let's see what happens, right? I'll hold the funnel there if you just go ahead and pour
I'm
it in.
nervous. I'm nervous. Oh, it's changing color.
Mm-hmm.
It changed from yellow to a whitish color.
Yeah.
And now there's a
What's
bunch
happening
of
now?
bubbles.
Are they mixing or not mixing?
No, they're staying apart.
Yeah.
But the vinegar went under, even though we poured it at the top.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the other 2 bottles prepared,
I
and we'll
think
come
I
back
know.
and we'll show you what we're gonna do
I
next.
think I know why it's floating, because this is less denser than the vinegar.
Nicely done.
Thank you, Camera Girl.
All right, so now we're done with the vinegar. We've added it. We're done with our measuring cup.
It
So we
looks
set
really
that
cool.
aside. Go ahead and put our lid on our vinegar and put it aside. All right, next step is we're gonna put some food coloring in each one of these. So we have 3 different colors, and when you
And we
see.
have 3 different
Our
colors.
measuring wasn't perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect, so this is just close enough. We try to make it as good as measured as we can. So we got 3 colors. We got red, we got blue, and we got green. So go ahead and We'll put a little bit of food coloring in each one.
I'm gonna just do red first. You're gonna do blue.
I'm gonna do blue. So just
That's funny because blue's your
put
favorite
one,
color and
2,
red's my
3,
favorite
4.
color.
There we go. Put about 4 drops in there. We'll make it really
1,
color.
2, 3, 4.
All right, and then
They
we're
reflect.
going to do the green one here.
And so
We'll call that 1, 2, 3, sort of 4.
It's like 4 and 4
All right,
quarters.
so the next step is actually kind of a fun step. But first, before you do it, remember, put your lids on the bottles, please. Put your lids on the bottles, make sure they're on nice and tight. And then what we're going to do next is you're going to start shaking the bottles. So we're going to shake, 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 shake. All right?
Except it's gonna happen.
Oh yes, it's going to color stuff, right? So let's do it. We'll shake it. So just shake, 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 shake really, really hard.
Red and red.
Alright, so we got a green bottle of whatever and a red bottle of goo looking stuff.
Now for the blue.
Now for the blue one, shake that really good.
It's turning into a cyan.
Yeah, it's got sort of a cyan there.
Sort of a cyan.
Alright,
color.
so the next step is actually we have to wait a few minutes and we want it to separate back out just like it had done with just the oil and the vinegar.
Really?
Where there's 2 different layers, so we're going to give it a minute so we'll come back when that's done. Alright, so we waited about 5-10 minutes or so. Just to let them re-separate back out. You can easily tell because there's totally different colors on it. There's 2 different layers again. So we're done with our funnel. So we're done with that. We'll put that aside. We're done with our food coloring. We'll put that aside. And one thing just to note while we were waiting, we just decided because we thought it looked better, we went ahead and added a little bit more vinegar to the top just to, and re-shook them just a bit just to make them full. So next part is probably kind of the interesting part. So, and Jason, he wants to take it. Tell us about that. So what do we do next?
Yeah, so our last step is to put our alt successor into the bottles.
Right.
We might have to break these in half so you can just do this multiple times.
Right. And as soon as we put the Alka-Seltzer in there, we're going to do what?
We're gonna close the lid.
Yes.
Because if you don't use the lid,
It could make a big old mess.
yeah, it could go all over
All right,
and you'd be like, uh-oh.
Alright, so let's go ahead and open that first one up and see how big it is and see if we can get in there.
Okay, I wonder how big it feels like one big giant oval.
I think it's 2, but let's see.
Right,
Can you help with that?
Yes,
Alright.
it's really hard to open up. How hard is this?
1.
Oh, so it is 2. You're right.
Yeah.
So this is how big it is. This is our
Alright. I
successor.
think we can get away with maybe just putting 1 in each bottle.
Nope, they're too big.
Oh no, just break them in half.
I gotta break them in half. That's why I told you to.
So go ahead and put
So-
that one in there. Go ahead, drop it in there.
What about the lid?
Just drop it in there, put the lid on. Put both of them in there. Alright, and so
Now we just wait a bit.
we're gonna put the lid
And
on.
look, it starts fizzing.
That one's gonna start all by itself. We'll go ahead and do the next one.
So cool. Okay, I want to do the red one.
Alright,
Okay,
come on. Put it in there.
it's in there.
Put the lid on.
Here comes the red one.
Alright.
Second pack.
One more.
I'll put this one back here so we
You
can
don't need that one.
well, just in case if we want to do it more times.
Alright. So break that up.
Okay,
Alright, there
here
we
goes
go.
the green one. They're all running.
There we go.
Over. We got the full. Oh, this one's running the most.
3 lava lamps going there.
Alright, let me.
Let's see.
Hi, Kitchen Science Kids. IOH Mom here. Let's talk about what we learned today with our lava lamp experiment.
All right.
Okay, so we added the oil and the vinegar and did those 2 mix?
No.
No, they did not mix. Okay, so after we added those 2 together and then we added the food coloring so we could show how they separated so we could see the difference between the oil and the vinegar. Okay, and then we added the Alka-Seltzer. What happened when we added the Alka-Seltzer tablets?
Made it get bubbly.
Yes, it did make it get bubbly, so it produced a gas,
A gas.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, and so then what happened when that gas tried to rise into the top?
The lid was blocking it.
It did, so it kept kind of the pressure in there. So when you produce a gas, what does it do?
Well, it bubbles.
It bubbles. It creates energy, right? Okay, so it creates energy. Okay, so when the tablets pretty much touched the water or the vinegar, the chemicals that were inside the Alka-Seltzer reacted. It created a chemical reaction with the water or the vinegar. This reaction caused the gases to form, and the gases were less dense. Remember we learned about density, which is one of the properties of matter? Okay. The gases were less dense than the oil, so they floated up into the oil, creating the bubbly effect.
And you know, if we were to take off the little one of these, it would explode and it would become kinetic energy.
Okay. Oh, okay. You say we kind of experienced that already with the blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off camera. Yeah. Maybe we should talk about
That's okay. Well, we did that because Kitchen Science Kids, the first time we did this experiment, we put just one Alka-Seltzer in each bottle, but I was like, that wasn't really giving us enough reaction, so what did we do?
We added 2, but when Daddy, who's filming this thing right now, tried to put the lid back on, he got blue bubbly hands.
He sure did. It was quite fun, but it gave us the reaction we were looking for.
Yes.
So if you decide to add extra Alka-Seltzer to get a bit more of a reaction,
Be careful.
proceed with caution. Yes, maybe do it in your sink and definitely have a grown-up to help you. Well, thank you so much. Please save these if you want to do any future experiments with Apologias, learning through creation with chemistry and science, or exploring creation with chemistry and science. And thank you so much for visiting our channel. Please check back in for future videos. And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, ring the bell so you'll have new notifications when we release new videos, and subscribe. Bye.
Welcome to Kitchen Science Kids.
All right, this is on our I don't know what we're doing.